What is going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading. And we're back today with another daily review. Today we had a green day, but I will not say that it was a good day. We hit our target, which is good, but we did not trade our plan today. We actually traded the chart. So I guess you could look at that as a good thing or a bad thing. I kind of look at it as a bad thing because on two of my winning trades, I would have stopped out. So today would have been a red day based on my trading plan and based on where my stop limit would have been at. But I traded the chart as I was reading it, and those two trades that should have been red, we let it play out again based on what I was seeing on the chart, and we ended up getting green on both of those. The trade that I stopped out on, had it played out the end of the day, it would have made buku money, I think. But we stopped out of that one early, took the stop, saw what the market was doing, jumped right back in a trade, going the opposite direction, and we just rode it out. So today, I'm gonna go ahead pull up our watch list, and I actually was trading a little later on today. I had an appointment this morning, so I wasn't able to trade the market right when it was opening. I got back to my desk maybe around 10:30. Actually, I guess we'll see what time I took that first trade at, and that'll kind of tell me when I got to my desk. I think it was around 10. But I pretty much just kept what was on the watch list from the previous day, and I had it in my mind that I would just be watching the SPY, and would just try to trade the SPY today based on what it was doing. But if we look at the charts today, everything made nice moves once the market opened. AMD kind of chopped around, and then later on, pretty much probably right around when Biden was getting on stage to speak, everything just exploded. So we see AMD took off nicely. SC kind of just chopped around all day. Facebook, man, Facebook even in the morning was showing strength to the market. The market was chopping around, and Facebook just kept kind of grinding. I told a buddy of mine, if the market turns, Facebook is going to rip. And that's exactly what it did. See Microsoft kind of chopped around there and took off. Home Depot, this is one that we traded. We traded it down up in here. But we see it ripped, and pretty much everything else on the list ripped. Market chopped around. We traded the SPY. It kind of just chopped around right up in there. But we'll go ahead and get Trader View pulled up. Uh-oh, was I on the right screen? Nope, right there. We'll get Trader View pulled up. Bam. And look at the finer details of what was going on. So we see we took 3 trades today, 1 loser and 2 winners. And like I said, both of those red trades probably, or I'm sorry, both of those green trades probably should be red trades if we traded the plan today. But kind of just traded the chart as I stated. This one was a call play, trying to make a nice little trade off of an area of support, and it failed. And then the other two were put plays. But we'll go ahead, get the charts pulled up, and take a look at them. There we go. I kind of changed my layout out, so I was trying to find the right one to click in OBS so that the cameras and everything would be lined up right. All right, let's get our first trade was Home Depot. Let's go ahead and get HD pulled up. Blow those candles up a little better. All right, and on the daily, we'll start there. We'll see Home Depot opened way down here this morning. Gap down from two big old red candles all the way down to here. It grinded its way all the way back up today. But we took a trade on Home Depot, bought two puts at 10:30. We were getting in right there. And we got out of these things way down here at 12:22. Where's 12:22? Right there. All right, so let's take a look and see what we were seeing at that time. So we see Home Depot made a nice move off the open, came back down, tested this area of support that we had on the chart, came up to here. At this time, I did not have this trend line on the chart. So came down, came up to here, pulled back, popped back up, and I took the trade right here. Right here as this was breaking back down below VWAP. And in the chat room, me and another gentleman usually be chatting it up. And I told him I was taking a trade on Home Depot to break and hold VWAP. I had no confirmation that this had broke and held VWAP, but got in the trade here. We see that it went against me and pulled back. And when it did this and didn't set a new higher high, I just decided to stay in this trade with my mindset that this is going to break VWAP. And you see it just chopped along all morning, just chopped along. When this one popped up and came here is when I dropped this channel line or this trend line on my chart. And my thought at that time is, if this breaks this channel, retest it and go this way, I'm out of the trade. It's broken the channel, I'm out of the trade. So as we see, it came, it broke it, came back, broke it, but didn't set a new high, came back down, and then it finally broke VWAP here and came down, came back up, tested the VWAP, broke back down, and we got out right there as it was basically coming to the end of this channel. So it pretty much just squeezed itself all the way down to the end of the channel. We got out right there, made $95. Should have been $100. I moved one of the contracts down $5 to sell it because I had two individual orders in the system to sell each contract individually. But once it got down to here, This could break either down or up. So I want it to be out of the trade. And let's look at what this thing did when it broke out of this little, I guess you can call it a wedge. You can call it a pennant, I guess. I don't know. Different people call it different things. All I know is when it comes to this little point right here, it's almost like pressure building up in a pipe. Pressure buildup is got to break one way. You would hope that it's breaking down because I'm in a put, but this thing broke to the upside, and look at what it did the rest of the day. Look at what it did the rest of the day. Just incredible. Still hadn't set high of the day. Still hadn't set the high of the day. It set high of the day 8 minutes before the market closed. So, good trade. Didn't follow my trading plan. Had this thing broke to the upside, I would have taken a larger loss than what my trading plan says to take. So, like I said, we made $95 on the trade, but was it really a good trade? Let's come here and look at it, get the big picture on it. So the thought process was good. If it breaks this and holds, we'll get out. It broke it here and then came back down. Didn't really set a new high off of this higher high. Came back down. This was where our target was at, down up in here. Should have gotten out right there. Could have. That was an opportunity. That was missed. Right here, I had my target set down here. So when this came here, and I think I showed one yesterday that happened on. Target was down here, 150 bucks. Came down to here and then pushed back up and then came back down. This time I got wise for one, because it's testing an area that it tested here, testing it again, and it's coming to the end of this little pennant, I guess you can call it, or flag, or like I said, different people call it different things. But made $95. Definitely not going to be mad at that, but definitely did not trade my plan on that one. Next trade that we took was on the SPY. And let's get the SPY pulled up. And the SPY, we played both ways today. This first one, we played for calls. And we got in this one at 11:18. So we got in right there. So if we look at the SPY, you see the SPY just came up, pulled back to the VWAP, came up, pulled back to this area of support, kind of went up, but if we look at or think about what the professional trading strategies says on a buy setup, this is the full move. You want it to make a pullback of half the move. Half the move is, look where it's at, right at this area here. So this is where it should have pulled back to. But buyers didn't step in, and it pulled all the way back down to here. So at this point, the sellers are kind of having their way, and that's why we got this shallow move back up, and then it rolled back over. Tested VWAP and held strong. Then the buyer stepped in, pushed it all the way back up to resistance. But look what they did this time. Buyer stepped in at half of the move, which is right at support. Made the move, another decent move, And we got in with the thought that this is holding this area. But the problem with that is the stock didn't really have time to rest. So that was a shallow pullback, made a nice slow move, and then it rolled over. And we got out of this one at 11:21. Let's see where 11:21 is. Right here. And we stopped out. So that was a good exit. The entry on this one was right there. Let me remove that candle. The entry that I was getting in on, it was as it broke the high of these candles. So if you come over here to the 2-minute, as it breaks the high of these candles here. So it broke the handle, peekabooed, and then rolled back over. So took a $30 loss on that trade. Again, coming back and looking at this after the fact, I can see that this made a good move. It should have pulled back to here, this area of support. That would have been about half of that move. So shallow pullback, or yeah, shallow pullback here. Didn't give it time to rest. Peekaboo, rolled over. Then once this rolled over, we ended up getting into our next trade. This one here we got in at 11:33. So let's see what we were looking at. 11:33. So we were getting in right there. So we're still in an uptrend. We got higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Still not really, hadn't changed directions. And as we can see, it kind of just chopped around. But on this one, we took this trade here. Again, trading the chart. If it breaks and holds this area, we'll get out of the trade. That was the thought process. So got in the trade right there, and we got out of this trade at 12:21. Let's see where 12:21 is. 12:21, right there. So got in the trade right here. Would have stopped out. We would have stopped out right here. But the thought on it once we got in the trade was, if this breaks and holds this area, we'll get out of the trade. We're going to take a loss a little bigger than we would take based on our trading plan. But if it broke and held this way, then we know that it's heading back higher. But we see it came up, almost stopped us out there, broke down, came back up. This one would have stopped us out. We would have got stopped out on this one. And then it broke down, and my target was VWAP. That was my target. So that's why here, this was a good move. And after it did it, I was like, what did I do? Did I just like give up some profit? Did I just give up? I think we were missing target by $6 right here. $8 right there. This thing came back up. Again, thought being, if it comes up, break and hold, I'm out. But we see it push back down. It hit VWAP. We got out of this one. And let's look at what this one did. So tested VWAP, came up, tested VWAP again, came back up to resistance, pushed it back down to VWAP, held strong, came back up to resistance. This time it didn't come all the way back down to the VWAP. It came back down to this area of resistance, or I'm sorry, support. Pushed off of the support, broke through both of these areas of resistance, pulled back, engulfing candle, engulfed that red candle with good volume, which is powerful. And then we see what the next candle was, because this was a powerful move when it engulfed that red candle. And then look at what this thing did. Still ain't set high of day. Still hadn't set high of day. It set high of day 8 minutes. Same way as Home Depot. It set high of day 8 minutes before the market closed. That is crazy. And on that trade, we made $50. Traded it right down to the VWAP. Now, if this was my target, then I just would have made whatever that was. But I had it in my mind that this trade is, or this stock is going back to VWAP. And we see that's what it did. And then once it hit VWAP, it was done going down. So good trade, but didn't follow my trading plan. Otherwise I would have stopped out. So would have had 3 red trades today had I left my hard stop in the system and stopped out. But I do want to look at one thing. I want to look at that. I want to look at the call that I lost $30 on. Let's take a look at that one real quick. So that was March 18, 4:30 call. And I had 2 of those, paid $624 each, sold them for $609. So we lost $15 per contract for a loss of $30. But let's look and see where they're trading it now. So this is the call right there. SPY, March 18, 4:30 strike price. Delta 46. It closed at $8.71. $250 per contract. So that was $500 that this thing closed out at. But we stopped out for a $30 loss, and that was a smart stop out. That was a smart stop out, because this thing could have easily broke this VWAP and kept going. Now, the same way I played these 2 puts, I probably could have played this call back down to the VWAP, and if it failed, get out. But that loss there would have been substantially more than the loss going up to here and back down. So took 1 trade, lost $30. That was a good trade, a good stop. Took 2 trades, made what, $95 on those 2 trades between the 2 of them? No, I'm sorry, made $140 on those 2 trades, because we lost 30, made 115 total. So on those 2 trades, I kind of feel some kind of way, even though they were green, which is crazy, because I didn't trade my plan on those 2. So I'm happy that I'm in the green today, but definitely didn't trade my plan. Didn't trade the plan, and it didn't cost me today. So I guess I could be happy with that. I could be happy with that. And had I taken this trade and not traded my plan, I would be up like $500. So that's just crazy how it works. But trade your plan and plan your trade. because you make money on that trade, it'll come back and bite you the next time and take a huge loss. So hope you enjoyed this review. Tomorrow is Friday. We will be back in the market. I have nothing planned in the morning, so I can get to my desk early, get everything set up, and trade the open, hopefully. The last few days this week, I really hadn't traded the open, but with this strategy, don't really need to trade the open. You just need to trade patterns. So I can sit back down at 10, 12, 1, and find a pattern and trade it. And one other thing I did want to say, took my first short stop trade a couple of days ago. I closed it this morning, covered the shares, and it was a green trade. So I might look at doing that as well, just trying to add a few different tools to the toolbox. Don't want to have too many different tools in there. Need to try to master one or two of these tools before I go to add more. But I saw a pattern that I was like, I'm going to take that. Let me see. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Let me see if I can find that stock. No, that is it. I'm used to these charts being set up in a different order on my daily screen. Used to this daily chart being right here. So when I looked, I was like, that don't look right. But I took a short play on this in my other account, and I got in this trade yesterday, right here, playing this little, I guess you can call it a 4-bar play or a little flag going down. But right as it was breaking this line here, got in it, was playing it down to the 200 moving average, but I got out well before it hit the 200 moving average. I think I took 25 shares on it and made a few dollars on it. Decent little trade. So just to kind of get my hands dirty, so to say, playing shorts. And that was just because I had added the easy to borrow, hard to borrow column on my other screen, other setup. So I was like, all right, that's an easy to borrow. Let me try to short it, and worked to perfection. Had my stop was up here, and like I say, target was down here at the 200 moving average. So worked out pretty good. But I'm go ahead and shut this one down. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you hadn't hit that like button, definitely go ahead and do that. Doesn't cost you a thing. If you're not subscribed, I definitely would love to have you as a new sub. And if you do, go ahead and click that notification bell. It will let you know whenever I am posting a video. So we'll see you in the market tomorrow if you are in there. If not, you have a good weekend, and we will do it again on another day. All right. Peace.